Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be going over my picks and a few other special creators' picks as well. As a lot of investors like these and they see them going higher as well as myself. If you haven't already, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell for all the latest news in cryptocurrency investment. Guys, listen, the market's starting to recover. It's now exactly the time to get into cryptocurrency. For those of you that are watching this video, I'm quite sure that you're already there. You're way ahead of me, right? But we have something to get out of the air right now. Cardano is not going to make you rich. Cardano is finished. There's no more Cardano. Everybody I'm seeing is like Cardano. Hey, it was 15K or 15K, 15 bucks, like way back in the day. Now it is sitting, it's sitting at $1.38. It's not going anywhere. If it goes above $2, it'll be a miracle, right? So get that out of your mind right now, and it's going to fall even further. I promise to you, it's definitely going to get. And if it does get to $5 ever, we're talking about like 2025, and by then it doesn't make any sense, right? All right, so let's go over the market first, and we're going to dig into these coins that I think is really going to make you some 5x, 10x. Possibly even 15x here pretty soon. And if you're watching this video, you're wasting time. You should exactly stop this video and go and buy these right now. Right. All right. Looking at the market. So the market's finally recovering after the crash. Bitcoin sitting at 50K finally, right? So it's starting to kind of like do its thing. It's typical. But right now, today is sitting at almost 2%, 1.92 for the 24-hour period, 14.24 for the week. Ethereum's doing better as well, so sitting at 4,300, right? At not even a percent up for the day, and -7 for the weekly. Binance is also kind of doing the same thing here at 1.14% for the daily in the plus, and -8.5, right? Solana is down by 2.27 and down by 16 for the weekly. Not so great, right? XRP is up by 4.36% and down by 14 for the week. Polkadot is another one of those coins, down by 23.8 and down by 4.27. So Terra Luna is also one of those great coins at 11.5 up for the weekly and up by 0.40% as well. AVAX 27 minus 0.98, right? Matic 22.14, 16 for the weekly is in the positive and 0.30 as well. All right, let's dig into these coins, right? So, of course, most of you probably predicted it. Ethereum is going up, and it's about to go through the roof. It just came out of this range, doing pretty well, actually. So I know, like, during that crash, like, everybody was freaking out. Oh my God, Ethereum's going to fall. No, it was going to fall. Coming out of the range, you have two options only. Is it going to fall or going to go up? But it's exactly showing some consolidation to actually make a breakout out of this. And it's something that you really want to pay attention to. Looking at it for the day, right? So look at that. Look at that candle, right? So a little bit of uncertainty here. It got sold. Some got sold into, some got bought into, right? But the thing about this is it's exactly showing you those telltale signs. Looking at this candle, and it's still kind of small. It could go down probably tomorrow just a little bit. And a little bit after that, it's going to shoot up, but it's making that up, right? It's building that momentum. As long as we see these red candles getting just a little bit smaller, right, in exclusion to this, and that's actually giving you that signal to when it's about to actually have a market structure change. This pretty basic 101 investments, right? But we've had this several times, right? Same here in November, in the beginning of December, right? We had this in September too, that same range before the runoff, right? And it always follows Bitcoin in a way when it's starting to take off, and Bitcoin is changing, just a little slower than normal, but it's going up. And again, I think this is going to pass Bitcoin soon. That's the big thing. Now, it's my opinion. Make your own judgment, but I'm here to make money, not to convince you, right? But here is the deal. This range, we had that, and we also had that high coming out of that range, right? A little bit of sideways action. And if you really want to nitpick, right? So it's somewhat of a range, not really, but it is changing. And so that's one of those coins that I think here soon is actually really going to make it. Watch for it, honestly, in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be much, much higher. And people are really going to make some cash off of it. I mean, 4,400 is not bad. I mean, it's not the what? It's not the 4,800. It's not the 5K, but it's like it's making its way up. When we're speaking about another coin, Solana, right? So today it is still kind of right here, but it's starting to make a change too. And you're going to see in that, look, it started. People started buying into it, but of course they sold. But it's going to start consolidating as well. Also, the same thing, that same view. And mark my words, save the video, come back to it. It is going to come out of this range that we're having. The same thing right here. You can see right there, that same range. Another big thing kind of coming off, right? So kind of coming up, right? So we have that trending line, that trend. We have that retracement, right? Again, trend came back up. And it's not like it's going like too terribly bad, right? So it's just kind of like some movement. But it's going to move further up out of this. And so Solana is one of those good coins. It could be a little slower, but now is the time to buy in. Especially when you're looking, for those of you that really want to pick, you're right in that moment of buying. It's telling you right now to buy. So Solana is going to make some money. So far we have Ethereum, we have Solana, and of course Polygon. Matic. Look at those candles. Man, it's doing killer. The same thing as we were talking about that, as we were speaking about that range, it came out of it, and it came out hot. I mean, it absolutely came out hot. A complete run for it, and it's still running. Tomorrow it can be sell into just a little bit, not much, of course, just like a typical market, but it's pretty healthy. Honestly, it looks pretty healthy, and it's just setting itself up just to go higher. Matic's another one of those. And the thing about all of these coins, especially when we're speaking about Ethereum more so, in July, right? In July, and this is actually coming from Alex Becker. Check out his profile. Check out his channel. Man, he calls it. He calls it right every time, and he's really good. And he even chooses these coins, right? He's telling you the same thing. And when he actually made a really good point, I guess he got it from one of his friends. But in June, July, it starts to take off, right? So look at here, and you're going to see this too. And I noticed this even across the board. But he's using like Bitcoin for an example. Bitcoin and Ethereum, and he said this very important thing that when Bitcoin kind of hits that little dump a little bit, Ethereum seems to shoot off, right? And that's kind of coming out of July, and that's the same thing. Now that's Ethereum, but even Polygon took a hold of that same kind of action. Now it took off, of course, it kind of came back down throughout the months, but look where we're sitting at right now. Can you imagine if you bought into that dip, right? So at what, like 70 cents? And now you're sitting up at like 248. That's a pretty good gain, right? So that's some pretty good profits being made. So Matic's definitely the coin to be kind of buying right now, as well as Axis. Axis is doing pretty good. It's recovering out of that. It had that little dip, right? So we have that retracement coming back up, and that's where we want to see. We want to see that retracement. But you're right here again in that line of buying, right? So looking at the moving averages for 90 days and the 30 days, man, you're right here, right? So we're looking at the 30-day moving average, right? So it's a little below it, but it's still perfect time to buy. And that's where we want to get above too, especially even the 30 days here, but the 90-day. Even when you're looking at the volume's kind of slowing down a little bit for the sellers, and it looks like it's shifting power back to the buyers, and that's another thing to watch out for Axis. So it's also giving you that flag to start buying into it. As far as Luna, another coin. Right? The same thing. And they all do the same thing, guys. In July, they jump up. Can you imagine? May, June, July, right here, it jumped. And then like, boom, right? In August, June, July, August. August, man. Think about the 24th, and this is where that happened, right? That little downward spurt, the 20th, 21st. Check it out yourself. Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? Matic all had that little same moment back in July. And then before the month really finished out of August, like the 17th of August, man, $30. I mean, we're talking about like 5 to 30. Dude, think about that. That's 5x right there in Luna. And it continued. It didn't even stop there. I mean, it just continued to mountain climb. And it killed it. Even set an all-time high recently, right? So back in the beginning, just a few days ago. And it's not finished yet. The way these are looking, it's not finished. It can drop a little bit, but I think it's going to go higher before it drops. But we're still talking about it's going to jump even more, and it's giving you that time. Now, we're well above like the 30-day and the 90-day moving average. And of course, you're going to see it kind of come down. You're going to see some sellers kind of like happening out, right, when we're looking at the volume. It's slowing down in volume. That's cool. That's fine. but it's still in general going to kind of make that move. So definitely be paying attention to Luna as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me. Drop a comment. Argue with me. Tell me what coins do you plan on buying in the future? What ones do you recommend to your friends? And tell me why. Why are you planning on buying this coin? And where do you think it's going to take you in the future? Hit the bell, subscribe, get the latest news. Stop wasting your time. Get out there right now, buy some coin. Or you're going to be messaging me with a comment later on like, oh, geez, guess what? You were right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.